Hey everyone, well we are here today with Major Ed Polito from the Folds of Honor Foundation, one of the charities that we have selected this year to be one of the recipients from the Red Day Race Fund. So thank you for being here today and thank you for participating in our Red Day Run.
Well, what a great day to be an American, and as I always say at the Folds of Honor, it's always about honoring the sacrifice, educating the legacy, and to all that will run, you know what, we're not only running for these other great charities, but we're running for our military, and I think to me that's an important endeavor. That's what America's all about, and that's why we're going to make a difference.
Absolutely. Well, thank you again, and I just want to find out more about Folds of Honor. I'd like to find out a little bit about you and kind of your story. So let's start with Folds of Honor. Tell me about the organization and who you support and what the foundation's all about.
Well, I usually start everything by saying what a great day to be an American. And I will tell you that at the Folds of Honor Foundation, like my father once told me, that when you take the oath of office to defend the greatest nation in the world, it's always been about your faith, your love for country, and certainly the love that you have for your family and taking care of them. And as I always think about it, the Folds of Honor is in that spirit that organization was born, to provide the spouses and children of the fallen and wounded educational scholarships. To date, we've awarded over 16,000 scholarships. We're on pace to raise about $100 million. And the story really began with Major Dan Rooney, who was a F-16 fighter pilot. He was going to Grand Rapids, Michigan, and on a United Airlines flight that changed him forever, he would witness what no one ever wants to witness, and that is the remains of a young man coming back to his final resting place. And on that evening, he told himself, you know what? As he looked into the plane and saw that half of the people had gotten off, he said, you know, I'm gonna make a difference. I see this boy on the tarmac. I'm gonna reach out and we're gonna start the Folds of Honor Foundation. And the Folds of Honor Foundation, the premise behind it is that there's 13 folds to the flag. And to us, that's very important because when a family receives one of these flags, it's important that they also get the support of the American people.
So locally here in Oklahoma, what are you doing to support Oklahomans and Edmondites as far as the scholarship programs that you do, and how does that work? How do they apply?
Yeah, and you know what? We're just so fortunate that you all were able to reach out and connect to our organization and have us be a part of some very worthy other organizations as well. And I think for us, it's about giving these scholarships to deserving military families here in the state of Oklahoma, but more importantly here in the Edmond area. And I will tell you that in the Edmond area with UCO, we've got Central Oklahoma College that we have some students at, that I think what we're trying to do is make sure that these students get the right start. They get the support through these educational scholarships. They're $5,000 and you can apply 4 times. And the great thing about it is that, again, they're following their educational dreams. What we're finding too, just recently, is that a lot of these students, they're the first time students in their family to go to school and to go to college. And I think for us, that's an important endeavor. And then we also want to promote the opportunity that if you don't want to go to, to UCO or to another university of that nature, that you know what, you can go to community college, or you can go get your real estate license, or you can go and be a plumber or a journeyman electrician, whatever you want to do. And the great thing about it is we just had a graduate that went to beauty school, now cutting hair, doing that kind of work. And you know what? They're being productive citizens. And to us, that's really the motto behind what we're trying to do here. We're running for the troops, we're running for these other organizations, but more importantly, we're running for these military families.
So I'd like to maybe transition a little bit to your story and tell us, your background, kind of your experience, what happened, and then kind of that process, even going through and buying that home. What was that like?
Yeah, and I always tell people I'll get emotional when I talk about that, because that was a very trying time. It's what we call the challenges of life for me. When we had to write a new chapter in our book. But on August 17th of 2004, I hit an improvised explosive device, a roadside bomb that would change my life forever. And on October 1st of 2004, my left leg was amputated. My left arm was going to get amputated as well. I lived with a traumatic brain injury, couldn't speak, couldn't write very well, couldn't comprehend. And the thing about it is that when you're in the hospital and you're in that state of mind, all you're thinking about is the physical and then the mental wounds. And I'll tell you that I cried a lot because of the fact that, how am I going to take care of my family? It was a very overwhelming process for me. And I remember that I couldn't read all of the information, and we were out looking for a home. And the real estate agent took us by the hand and took care of me and my family. And to me, when I talk about that, I go back to those days where I just I didn't have it. This wounded warrior was hurt and was wounded critically, and my heart had been taken a little bit from me. And I learned that I needed the support of the American people, and through that process, I was able to get in a home. I was able to get financed, and I was able to move forward in my new life. And the reason I mention that, and I'm glad that you went there, is that the real estate agents took the time to at least support my family during a time of crisis through the Veterans Administration process and getting a VA loan. And they went all out, and I just think, what, at the end of the day, that'll be a debt that I could never repay. And so to all of those that are out there listening, you do make a difference for our veterans. And sometimes I know it's hard work and it takes a little bit long to do all of those type of loans, but you know what, it's well worth it, because what you're doing is you're empowering our veterans to own a home and to take care of their families. And that's all that we want to do when we come back. And that's why I want to say thank you, because it made a difference in my life, and that's where I'm at today. And the great thing about it is that gift propelled me to give back. And that's what I'm doing at the Folds of Honor Foundation. And Monica and I have started a chapter in Oklahoma City, and we're going to make a difference. And now we're partnering up with you all, and you know what? We're going to run on this deal, because it's going to be a great partnership.
Absolutely. I'm really looking forward to the race, and I know talking about the turnout that y'all have already got coming to the race, I'm really excited about that. And I just want to say thank you so much for representing our veterans and your passion. I mean, I know you went through a lot and you've worked your way through it. I know that was probably difficult at times, and it's really encouraging to see your passion for the veterans in this organization. So thank you for that, and thank you for being a part of our Red Day Run. Is there anything else that you'd like to add that maybe I haven't asked or talked about?
Well, I think that from our perspective, we have a lot of corporate partners out there, and of course, we've got our good friends at Budweiser. Now you all have become a partner of ours as well here on the local front. The Quick Trips of the world and Jimmy John's Outback. So our foundation has grown. We're a national foundation. So if this message gets out, that that others around the country can connect to what we're doing. And in the real estate aspect of it, I want your agents to have this as part of their toolbox. So when they speak to a family that may have retired, that, let them know about the Folds of Honor. Let them know about these scholarships. I've learned that when you have all of these things as assets in your toolbox, and as you teach, that, that makes you a better agent, but it also makes you a veteran-friendly agent. And to me, that's what it's all about. And that's why this partnership is going to thrive and be successful, because we're all on this mission together.
Absolutely. Now, Major Ed, you mentioned Monica earlier, and I just wanted to take a minute and introduce Monica. Monica, tell us a little bit how you got involved with Folds of Honor and how all this started for you.
Okay, so the opportunity literally fell in my lap. I've worked with disabled veterans in the past. It was something that I knew that I was passionate about, and I knew that I wanted to do again. The opportunity came available for the Oklahoma City chapter, which is brand new, which we are starting, and I'm very excited about.
Major Ed, tell us what's next for Folds of Honor and what you guys are doing.
Well, I'm glad that I have Monica on board, because what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we connect the community. We've got our friends at Chesapeake that are going to help us. We're also going to have other people that are going to come on board and really recruit folks to run. And for all our folks that are listening and are part of this, let's get a lot of people out there to run. And more importantly, let's run for freedom. And let's run for these other organizations, because at the end of the day, when we make a difference, our heart and our soul thrives on that. And I think that's what it's going to be all about. And we're just happy that our Folds of Honor Oklahoma City chapter and our board of directors are involved. And at the end of the day, our good friends I was talking to my good friends from Channel 4, and they want to do something with us as well.
Awesome.
And follow me. And I don't know if I'm going to run, but maybe I'll do it on a prosthetic leg or one leg. Who knows?
There you go.
Right, so.
Well, thank you guys for being here. It was great getting to know both of you, and I look forward to seeing you all at the run.
All right. Thank you. Hoorah!